Trentron, man. We're gonna talk about the Tennessee Titans. Why, you know what I'm saying? We get a little game in or whatever. But the draft is officially over, and we're gonna talk about my Tennessee Titans. You know what I'm talking about? You see it. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Titans. So Tennessee, man, we had over 20 something free agents, and we started with re-signing Tannehill. I feel like that was a good signing. I feel like we needed a quarterback. We needed the same quarterback so that we can, keep the chemistry there. He already knows the playbook. He was just kind of like a no-brainer. I don't necessarily agree with the money he got. But hey, it's a quarterback-driven league. You got to do what you got to do to keep the camaraderie of your team. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like signing Tannehill was a no-brainer. Like I said, I'm not happy about the money, but it is a quarterback-driven league. Next, franchise tag Derrick Henry. I feel like that was also a no-brainer. Derrick Henry, man, he was just basically the team. He's the whole Tennessee Titans team for the last, 2 years, really. I mean, if you think about touchdown production, what was it, just 2 years ago, he had the same amount of rushing touchdowns as Mariota had throwing. I think Tannehill came in and was able to complete a lot of more passes than Mariota, obviously, which kind of helped Derrick Henry, to see more people out of the box. I mean, everybody knew Mariota wasn't going to beat you with his arm, so as long as you can basically keep those guys in the box, and you'll be able to, limit Derrick Henry unless you just break one, which is, it seemed like he always breaking a long run, but it just seemed like with Tannehill, not Mariota, but Derrick Henry had a lot of people out of the box more, and he was just able to, take advantage of that. With Tannehill being able to come in and, do his thing. I don't have any viewers yet here. Hey, man, y'all can tell I'm kind of nervous, man. I've never really tried to play the game live and talk at the same time, so y'all gotta forgive me. But I don't have my camcorder yet, so I can't officially, I can't, hold my camcorder and, do my videos this way. So I just wanted to do something different and do a live broadcast. Talk to y'all about these Tennessee Titans. But anyway, back to the subject at hand. Derrick Henry got franchised, signed his franchise, signed his franchise, tag, and so we won't see any holdout. So that's great. Those two players right there on the offense have really been, the focal point of our offense. They've been the most productive players from our offense last season. They're the two most, let me put it like that, because they wasn't actually, all production came from just those two guys. But Tannehill came in and did a nice job of just basically being able to complete his passes and just do a better job of playing quarterback than Mariota did, which allowed Derrick Henry to stop seeing the box so crowded, 8 to 9 players in the box ready for him to run the ball. It opened up a lot. And I think it was very important to bring that back to the offense to re-sign Tannehill. And now you got two positions that you don't have to worry about at all. You got Corey Davis coming back. I'll get to him in a second. You got A.J. Brown coming back. We got a new running back. I will talk about the draft picks. But, you got those two main spots that's in place. So that's two things you don't have to worry about as far as this season. We already know what Derrick Henry can do. And we know that Tannehill can play some efficient football. Where he not like in Miami where he was passing, know what I'm saying, just 3 times, 40 times a game, 30 times a game. That's just not this type of offense. This offense is, you know, you're probably going to get maybe 20 passes a game, 15 passes a game. So you got to be, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have limited opportunities. I think Tannehill did a great job of using those limited opportunities to invest in his ability to open up the running game even more. Derrick Henry has always been a good running back in my mind. If anybody who's seen Derrick play before Tannehill got here, you would have seen, like, for instance, Kansas City game, the playoffs, first time we played them in the playoffs. I can't remember the year. I don't want to butcher nothing. But 150 yards rushing. First playoff game Derrick Henry had. I mean, I kind of felt like when I saw that game, I felt like he could be a dominant player. So I've always felt like Derrick Henry was a good, you know what I'm saying, good running back. Alright, so let's talk about, yeah, we in free agency. Let me finish the free agency. Signed Beasley from Atlanta Falcons. A lot of people really aren't high on Beasley. I'm actually a little bit excited about Beasley. And let me explain to you why I'm excited about Beasley. Because Beasley will not be playing the same position that he played in Atlanta. Atlanta had him strictly, well, for the parts where he did horrible, what people think he did horrible anyway, was when he was on the line, playing defensive end. And when he was, you know what I'm saying, playing linebacker, that's whenever Big Beasley had, you know what I'm saying, one of his best years in football. Actually, they, was 2016, they switched him to outside linebacker, and 16 sack season. Put him back on the line, 5 sacks 2 years in a row. Played him again in the linebacker position this past season, and 8 sacks. You know, some might say it was a contract year. You know, people say players play harder in the contract year. I mean, I tend to agree with that somewhat. But for a guy to show that type of ability in 16 sack seasons, I mean, I kind of feel like that's not a fluke. But anyway, in this defense, he will be in the linebacker position. And I think that suits him a lot better than playing on the line. I think being able to be in a two-hand stance and just, I said two-hand stance, let me get up this.